All right, let me ask you something. When was the last time that you were actually taught anything meaningful about business in this industry? Exactly, you're not, right? And so that's the problem, because this industry makes you believe that your skill set as a trainer is all that you need to be successful. But it's a lie. They tell you to just focus on the craft, get better at training, master your techniques, and that everything else is just gonna somehow fall in place over time. And they'll say, be patient, right? But I'm gonna tell you something right now. It's a lie. And it's one of the most dangerous lies that you've been made to believe. And if you keep believing it, you're just digging yourself a hole, because you've probably been conditioned to think that, as long as you're good at training, clients are just going to automatically come to you, right? Referrals will just sort of materialize. They'll just happen. And somehow your reputation is going to carry you right to the top, right? But that's something you have to ask yourself. Like, how has that been working out for you? Are you overflowing with clients? Do you have a wait list? How's your bank account looking? Is it where you want it to be? Are you able to take time off? Are you able to invest in your business? Are you building a future that makes you and your family feel secure? Because if not, you're stuck in a trap that this industry is set for you. And it's a trap that keeps you obsessed with things like certifications and seminars, workshops, techniques, while completely neglecting the side that actually makes the money. And that's the business side. Make no mistake, it's not a coincidence. This industry thrives on you being just good enough to stay in the game, but never good enough to truly break free from it. Is that what you want? Because let's face it, the idea of being a skilled trainer is enough is just a fantasy. It's a comforting lie that makes you feel better in the short term, but in the long term, it's what's keeping you broke and stressed, dependent on low-paying clients, dependent on referrals, hoping that, working more hours is somehow going to help you to make ends meet. And how long are you going to put up with that? I mean, how many great trainers do you know at this very moment in time who are absolutely excellent at what they do, but they're barely getting by financially? You know who I'm talking about. And on the flip side, how many mediocre trainers are out there killing it right now? They got plenty of clients, raking in the cash, even though their skill sets are nowhere near as good as yours. So what's the difference? It's not that they're better trainers. It's that they're better business owners. They've cracked the code that you're still waiting to figure out. And that code is business. The skills that you've ignored, they've focused on the things that matter. The marketing, the sales, the branding, the systems that make clients flock to you and pay top dollar. And that's where the industry has completely failed you, right? They've convinced you that if you get one more certification, one more piece of paper, you're finally going to be able to make it, right? But what they don't tell you is that all the certifications in the world don't mean a damn thing if nobody knows about you or why they should hire you. See, the industry doesn't push you to learn business, because if you do, you're no longer going to be reliant. They don't want you to have real power. Real power comes from control over your income, control over your schedule, control over your client base and who you work with. And here's the thing, that control doesn't come from dog training. It comes from mastering business. It comes from understanding how to market yourself, how to build a brand, how to sell your services, how to create systems that allow you to scale your business. So let me ask you this. When was the last time you even thought about your business? I mean, really thought about it. Not the day-to-day operation, not the training of dogs, not the running of sessions, but the long-term strategy of where you're going and how you're getting there. When was the last time you looked at your income and said, you know what? This isn't good enough for me. I need to do something about it right now. Because if that hasn't been your focus, you've been distracted by the noise of this industry. They want you chasing shiny objects. They want you obsessed with the latest training methods, with the newest certifications, with the next workshop. Because as long as you're focused on that, you're not focused on learning business. And as long as you're not focused on learning business, well, then you're easy to control. And that's what this is all about. You'll keep taking whatever courses or supposed help that the industry throws at you, and you'll be happy to be in the game, never realizing that the game is actually rigged against you. And so here's the thing. The problem is that no one has taught you how to think like a business owner. You've been taught to think like a trainer, and that's okay, but it's not going to be enough. You need to understand that marketing is your new best friend. You need to be obsessed with learning how to market yourself, because if you're invisible, you're broke. I don't care how good you are. If nobody knows about you, you don't exist in the marketplace, and that's the reality of it. And let me be real with you here for a second. Learning business isn't just about making money. It's about freedom. The freedom to work with the clients that you want to work with. The freedom to set your own hours. The freedom to scale your income. But as long as you're stuck in the mindset that just being good enough is going to be enough, you'll never have that freedom. You'll always be at the mercy of the industry, the clients, the economy. This industry, whether it knows it or not, it pushes you to ignore business skills because it thrives on keeping you dependent. It wants you to believe that marketing and sales are somehow manipulative, that charging what you're worth is somehow wrong. And it's complete bullshit. I want to make that clear, because marketing is about sharing your value with the world. Sales is about helping people solve their own problems. Charging what you're worth is about respecting your time and respecting your craft. Now, you've got to rewire your thinking. You have to stop seeing business as something that is separate from training. Business is your lifeline. It's what allows you to keep doing what you love, which is training dogs while actually making a living from it. The more you learn about marketing and sales and scaling, the more freedom you're going to create for yourself. And here's the best part. The skills that you've developed as a trainer, the discipline, the focus, the persistence, those are the exact same skills that you need to succeed in business. You've already got what it takes. You just need to shift your focus. So instead of being consumed by training techniques, you need to start obsessing over how to get more clients, how to increase your revenue, how to build systems that work without you having to grind 24/7. Because at the end of the day, no one's going to do this stuff for you. The industry sure as hell isn't going to teach you. And so if you want to succeed, if you want to build something that lasts, you have to take responsibility for learning business. It's not optional. It's the only way forward. So this is your wake-up call. Stop waiting for permission to learn business. Stop thinking that being a great trainer is going to be enough, because it's not. If you want to succeed, you have to become a master of marketing. You have to be proficient in sales. You have to be, a genius in scaling. And that's how you take control of your career. That's how you create real freedom. That's how you stop being a cog in the industry's machine and start being the driver of your own destiny. So remember, greatness is your obligation. Success will never happen without your participation. This life isn't a warm-up. It's the only one you got. So take action right this instant, because today might be your only shot.